Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're going to have a 2v2 on Pripyat Winter Battlefield. Our heroes today are going to be ripGoGa, playing for one of the Germans. He went ahead and built his tier 1 and getting his grenadiers. Next, we are going to see his ally called nameE, or nameE. Again, Germans. I do mention Germans, because there is the possibility of playing mirror factions in Company Heroes 2, so just, I know they're both Germans, but, it could actually be different. But anyways, ripGoGa is, not ripGoGa. ripGoGa was the first one. nameE is the second German, and again, like most of the Germans, tier 1, and getting his grenadiers. And on the opposing side, we are going to have sztefenfu? Stefenfu? Steven. Stefenfu. We'll just say Stefenfu. Well, that's actually him over here. That is playing for the Soviets, Stefenfu. He went ahead and built conscripts. Again, big surprise there. So 2 conscripts on the field right now for him. And lastly, we have the person that submitted this one, Mr. O'Field. O'Field, another Soviet, and 2 conscripts. So nothing unusual there. Tier 1 for the Germans, conscripts for the Soviets. So we'll see how it progresses. So anyways, Pripyat, you'll know my feelings about it. But, well, this is a 2v2, so we should see a interesting fight on it. Right now we see a small engagement up north. Conscripts and pioneers battling over the fuel point, although the conscripts right at the edge. They do Ura out of the way because the grenadiers got into support, so they're not going to be able to win that fight. And they run themselves back to heavy cover, which will allow him to hold this position for a little while. Although they are not getting that bonus, I still think some of them have heavy cover. Anyways, over here at the middle, we do see a combat engineer retreating from an MG42 by ripGoGa. So very nice. Down south, we're going to see conscripts engaging pioneers and grenadiers. We do have 2 conscripts, though, engaging, but there is an MG42 in the back setting up to support. It is getting a nice angle on both squads and should be able to make them both retreat. First squad gets pinned down, should be able to switch over to the other one, although, yeah, pins it down, and there it goes. Small burst on the other one, and manages to catch it right on the edge. It's not going to make it out of there, and it's going to pin him down as well. Both these conscript squads need to get out of there. These grenadiers and the MG are going to rip them to shreds. This one is down to 2 men. Hitting retreat is going to make it out? No. So 1 squad down for Stefenfu, so unfortunate loss for him right there. Up north, conscripts capturing territory, MG's capturing territory, and an engagement up in the fuel point. Pioneers against grenadiers down to 3 men, but they are going to get supported by a second conscript squad, making those pioneers retreat a little bit, dodging that Molotov very nicely, and going to hop into the house, making them just that more annoying to get out of there. Maybe seeing a Molotov going into the house. Are we? Yeah, that guy prepares the toss and goes into the house. Starts damaging those pioneers, but they jump out of the house and start rushing at him. MG42 setting up on the side to help out. Suppresses and pins that conscript squad, allowing those pioneers to get the upper hand on them. So very nice. Very nice control by ripGoGa there. Conscript side, 3 men are going to get the cap. And they do just before they get into the area. Kill one of the pioneers. They're discharging them, but that MG42 is going to very soon set up and make them retreat. And there they goes. Meanwhile, we have an engagement in the center. Molotov going in onto an MG, which was in the watchtower. It is down to 1 man retreating. It's going to get shot on retreat by this conscript squad. Let's see what happens. And there it goes. Gets shot on retreat. Actually burns up on, on the way. So there's an open MG42, which we're probably going to see them pick it up. And there they go. They pick up that MG42. Fire burns out right as they pick it up. And they might be setting up right inside that watchtower. So map is pretty much split down the middle. We do have the advantage right now for the Germans, as they are going to get their fuel capped relatively soon, and they have the southern fuel for themselves. So the Soviets a little bit on the back foot. Captured MG42, turning around to engage. Ooh, 2 grenadier squads, but down to 1 man. Nice rifle nade went in and killed the guy. Hidden retreat. He's actually going to make it out. Starts running away, being suppressed by the MG. And lucky, very lucky guy. actually manages to make it out of there. Very low health. That squad is going to get reinforced to 6 men now, so it's going to be a lot difficult for the Germans to get that MG42 back in their possession. Down south, we see conscripts and grenadiers duking it out at long range. The MG42 is right off range from this conscript squad, so it's going to have to move. Yeah, there it goes. Packs up a little bit and going to move out. But we also see that a scout car is now on the field for sztefenfu. And it's going to get right on top of that MG42 with that flamethrower. Very nice timing there. And, yeah. Ooh, it might even get a kill on that grenadier squad. Down to 1 man. Is it going to make it out? Getting chased and catches fire. So 1 grenadier squad down for the Germans. And the MG42 should be able to make it out of there. Still at 4 men. Losing health, but it's very close to its base, so I doubt that it's going to get killed. 1 man dies on the retreat. Another one is getting burned right point blank range. Very brutal. But the on-base MG guns start opening up on that scout car and backs it up. So only down to 2 men. But very nice use of that scout car. Very high impact as soon as it hit the field. Got a kill on a grenadier squad and got this position back in the control of the Allies. Or, well, not Allies, the Soviets. So very nice. In the center, we do see small, well, small amounts of forces just holding position. There's nobody in the watchtower like you would usually see an MG there, but it can get killed quite easily in there. It's not a very strong position, but yeah. Anyways, conscript squad's getting over here to capture this victory point. They're going to get engaged by these grenadiers with an LMG-42. We hear a scout car with an autocannon already upgraded, taking shots at the scout car for the Soviets down south. Engineers getting in the way a little bit of that scout car with the autocannon. It doesn't have that great of a... Ooh, was that a mine? I think that was a mine. Very nice kill there for the Soviets. Unlucky for the Germans. And the water is freezing. Look, poor guy has to thread to the water while a blizzard is upcoming. That guy's gonna freeze to death. Anyways, MG42 being set up. Another mine gets laid right in front of the Germans, so they know they're there, but they need to get some minesweepers if they want to do anything about it. Might even walk into it. I mean, he did see it. He just stops a little bit before it, but gonna skirt right past it. Right on the edge of it. Very tricky. Anyway, so strong advance in the south by the Germans. Gonna push back these Soviets. They only have a scout car here with nobody garrisoned. They're just not going to be able to hold a position, otherwise it's going to get fausted by these guys. In the center, we do see a heavier engagement. We do see a AT gun using its artillery barrage on an MG, which has now moved away. Conscripts retreating. They did manage to get the cap on the watchtower. On the left-hand side, the Grenadiers looks like they're going over for a cap on this victory point, or maybe a flank, but the MG42 there got stolen. Still at 3 men though, or probably taking down to 3 men. Manages to catch him on the open, retreats, runs through the middle of all the Soviet infantry, down to 1 man, but I'm pretty sure it's going to make it out. It's out of the range or arc of fire of the MG. MG42 does get suppressed by the German MG42, which is going to make it very unusable. It's going to keep firing for a little while, but it reduces its accuracy, its suppression values, and everything, so it's essentially useless. So needs to get out of there if he wants to continue to use it, because even though it's shooting it, it's not gonna do anything. But anyways, MG42 comes around and sets up a flank, but takes a shot from the AT gun and decides to retreat. Down to 1 man on this MG42. Probably needs to retreat it because it's not doing anything as it is right now, only taking damage, and you don't want to lose that gun. It's very nice to get that. Molotov went on top of that MG42 for the Germans. Conscript squad did get pinned down, but they managed to unpin themselves after that MG42 packs up. Combat engineers are going to go move to the middle and get that position. And the north is actually open right now. There is nobody defending that. There's a squad of 1 pioneer on the left-hand side, which laid down a mine. Teller mine, though, so infantry shouldn't have to worry about it. Panzer Grenadiers hitting the fields, getting for the center, making this MG42 and these combat engineers probably going to have to retreat. I think a bundle nade went in here by another Panzer Grenadier, probably on top of the AT gun, very low in health, but still at 5 men. The flamethrower on the M3 half-track scout car is going to be very brutal on these Panzer Grenadiers, which are going to start getting chased and could potentially die. We'll see what happens over here. We have a Grenadier squad for support, but the scout car is not gonna continue chasing, just gonna get into the center and capture that point. Up north we get the victory point, and down south we see a heavier or stronger push again by the Germans. We have Guards rifle. Excuse me, had to sneeze. Anyways, Guards rifle and conscript squad's flame Molotov goes on top of that MG42, making it move away, but the conscript squad gets executed by those grenadiers. The Guards rifle are taking a beating. I'm sorry guys, allergy season is quite brutal on me. Anyways, the Guards rifle getting pinned down by the MG42, getting chopped to pieces by those grenadiers. M3 scout car gets on top of the MG, but is going to get Fausted. Ooh, Faust actually misses. Very lucky for sztefenfu right there. MG42 on the retreat, down to 2 men, is going to get chased down by that scout car. The grenadiers are too far away to be able to support. But let's see what happens. It is still at 2 men. Down to 1 man. Ooh, might be losing it. We'll see what happens. Come on, he's running. Losing health, but a Panzer Schreck equipped Panzer Grenadier squad is now in its face. And this scout squad's not going to make it out. It's going to get Fausted by these intercepting Grenadier squads. And Panzerfaust goes off. Main gun destroyed. Nice by sztefenfu. He jumped his engineers out right before the Faust went off, assuring that at least, you know, all 4 of them will survive for a little while. Because remember, when a scout car... Well, not any, just a scout car, you know, half-tracks also work, but basically any units inside a vehicle, when it gets destroyed, have a 50% chance of dying per unit, so there's a good chance that you can actually lose the entire squad. So, very quick reaction there by sztefenfu. Mortar squad being very brutal against this conscript squad. 1 shot brings it down to 1 man, makes him retreat, stopping the cap on this point. Very nice usage. Up north, we do see a stronger force here. Moving down to the watchtower. MG gonna get set up behind these grenadiers. There is nobody on the watchtower to defend it. We have the stolen MG42, though, covering the area. So the grenadiers get a nasty surprise once they get into the zone, getting pinned down, stopping the cap. And the support MG42 is not actually going to be able to help it out, so it retreats out of there. Left-hand side, grenadiers just making cap. MG42 holding the position. So we have a lot of support weapons for the Germans. Let's see. Switching to nameE, we have 2... Ooh, nice shot there by the mortar. Down to 3 men. Anyways, 2 Panzer Grenadiers, 2 Grenadiers, and 1 MG42. We do see the first Panzer IV being produced now by nameE. Going to be hitting the field in a little while. ripGoGa, his ally, has 2 Grenadiers, 2 MGs, 1 Pioneer, and a Mortar. But he also already has a Panzer IV, which has just hit the field and is going to hit it in force. However, there is a T-70, which obviously is not a counter, but that is the armor for the Soviets currently hitting the field. Should be able to take some shots on these Grenadiers. There you go, 1 shot, kills 1 guy, makes him retreat. Down to 1 man is probably going to try to chase him. No, there is a Grenadier squad there. Takes a Faust to the face, damaged engine, small amounts of damage, but the Panzer IV is nearby, so that T-70 needs to be very careful. Mines being laid down, Teller mines, very nice usage. Mines all over the place, so it's very nice to see that. Panzer IV just sets up near the center. They already have the watchtower in their possession, the Germans did, and it's just there for defense, I suppose. He does know there's an AT gun, has known for a while. And, well, I guess he doesn't want to risk it. Very nice by O-Field. He's getting himself a half-track, reinforcing his squads on the field, including the MG and the AT gun. The second AT gun is still at 6 men. And very nice. T-70 goes kaput. Panzer IV is, well, a very nice counter to a T-70. And yeah, that's all the T-70 wrote. Combat engineers in the center trying to get the cap, getting pinned down to 1 man, and blowing up in flames with their flamethrower igniting. So, not sure what was going on there. Very sacrificial combat engineers. Unfortunate. Heavy usage of MG42s all over the place is stopping the Soviets. Ooh, that one gets pinned down right at the edge. Look at the arc. Right at the edge, this guy got shot and pins down the entire squad. Quite unfortunate there for O-Field. Ooh, nice rifle nade on top of these infantry. It's a retreat. MG bunker being set up, also defending their position. So yeah, very usual to see in team games, bunkers being set up to hold positions. PTRS rifle being dropped in the center. Snipers on the field now, taking shots at those MG42s. Very nice. That's going to be a nice counter. Let's see. Stefenfu has himself 1 sniper, 1 guard rifle, 3 conscripts, 1 combat engineer, and an Su-85 hitting the field. Now it's just back at base now. It's not currently being used. So we'll see what he decides to do with that. The half-track, though, is holding this position for the Soviet army. Very nice position with the MG42 that got stolen and 2 anti-tank guns plus sniper support. It's going to be very nice. However, there is the mortars, which nice barrage are going to get barrage. Is he going to take a shot? And no, well, it does manage to displace it, but it didn't get any kills on it, unfortunate. Very nice usage, though, of the artillery barrage ability on those Soviet AT guns. Pretty sure the Germans are jelly of those, and they would like to have that for themselves. Yeah, so very nice usage there. We do have the watchtower now capped again. That is going to provide them with superior vision. If we see here, the vision goes all the way, look, up north. So yeah, very nice. Going to see all those positions, and that's going to be very nice for the sniper, because there's a sniper here which is going to be able to take shots freely at all those weapons. Pioneers in the center getting retreated. We do have the half-track moving up to the center. They have a combat engineer squad that doesn't have flamethrower in it, so it's just a little bit more rifles firing. But is going to be able to reinforce those units on the field. Conscript squad getting back up to 6 men. Actually picks up that PTRS rifle, so that's very nice. And we have O'Field getting pinned down there on his conscript squad. Another thing that would be nice here would be the anti-air gun for this half-track. It is very nice against infantry as well. Instead of having, you know, garrisoned units, it loses the ability to garrison its units, but, you know, that gun can't really be taking for granted. But anyways, Grenadier squads and mortar making a push into the center, pushing away those conscripts and the half-track. Probably going to Panzerfaust that half-track a little bit, although Panzerfaust on the Su-85 will probably be a little bit nicer. Does go into the half-track, though, brings it about to half health, but it does have engineers on top of it, which can very easily repair it. Conscripts down to 1 man with that PTRS rifle. They are at vet 2. Ooh, very unfortunate loss there. Loses the PTRS rifle and the veteran C2. Not something you want to see as a Soviet player. Conscripts defending the anti-tank guns from these grenadiers. Grenadiers down to 2 men. Getting shot by the AT guns that got turned around. Hit retreat, but they should be able to make it out of there at vet 2. They do get some increased defense by the armor. Down to 1 man at the one in front of it here, but it might be able to make it out of there. Is he gonna? And he does. No, actually he doesn't. There he goes. Gets executed on the retreat by these conscripts. Very nice. So very heavy fighting all over around. We do see a push on the left, or I mean the southern side, right-hand side I guess you could say, but on the bottom by the Soviet player Stefenfu with his Su-85 and his sniper, plus, you know, a couple infantry here, guards, and PPSH equipped conscripts. He did go for the guards rifle combined arms. Panzer Grenadiers having to retreat. We have an ability engaged by one of the Germans. That is the reconnaissance overflight by ripGoGa. Gonna give him a lot of intel there. We do see T-34s on the field for O'Field, taking the center essentially. So we did see the Panzer IV getting killed by that Su-85. I think it is the Panzer IV. Yeah, this is the Panzer IV's carcass. Pack gun in the center, opening up on infantry. Ooh, very brutal usage of these mortars. It's 2 of them now, and those are gonna go to town on this infantry. I mean, the ooh, there goes. That got blown up in place. The German infantry is already not infantry. The mortars are already essentially, I mean, you could say superior because of the fact that they shoot faster than Soviet mortars. I guess you could say Soviet mortars with their 120mm mortar get the stronger version, but These fire very fast, and, you know, getting two combined, that's constant barraging, which is very brutal. Ooh, nice, nice, although not really that nice. We do see the Stuka bombing being used by ripGoGa on this AT gun. Lands on top of it though, but only brings it down to 2 men. Gonna get reinforced on the fly by this half-track, which now got its AT gun upgraded, which is gonna make it very useful at shooting down those pesky planes and supporting the infantry. Stolen MG42 moves into position to get a nice flank on those heavy weapons teams, where the mortar team is suppressed, I mean pinned down, but the mortar gun's still going to be shooting. Ooh. Rifle grenade goes into that stolen MG42, kills 2 of the guys, the gunner and the one backing it up. Down to 4 men, but still going to be opening up on those infantry, getting them pinned down and suppressed. Very nice usage of it. Would be nice to follow up with something, but there is nothing in the area following it up right now. Sniper, though, is going to be taking some pot shots from behind, getting the retreat on most of the units. Okay, that is very explosive. What is that? That is some ability. I don't... Huh. I can't see what O field selected for some reason. Well, anyways. Small glitch there, so I guess I can't tell you guys. It doesn't show me what he selected or if he has selected anything. Anyways, Elephant hitting the field now for ripGoGa. That is going to provide them the awesome range and firepower from the Elephant to gain superiority over the center. And as we all know, Pripyat is all about the center, so the Germans are now going to have the advantage here with those Elephants. We'll see how it develops, moving it up a little bit. They do have a plane to deal with, but again, I don't know whether... Well, actually, this is for sztefenfu. It's a IL-2 Sturmovik. Going to be strafing around. We'll see how well it's used. Constant use of the barrage ability by these AT guns. Very nice. It's not quite denying anything. It's just shooting into the center. Would be nice to use it in tandem with, you know, infantry pushes, but there's not a lot of infantry here. We do still have another MG42 that got stolen on the field. This one is decrewed. Still usable though. It's very low in health, but could get actually picked up by the German player again. But well, we'll see what happens. Strong push on the right-hand side by sztefenfu with all his infantry. We'll see what happens with that. Still another stolen MG42 down here on the right-hand side is covering the entire river approach, I guess you could say. Frozen river approach. And, oh look, surprise, the Grenadiers are right on top of the MG. MG turns around, shoots them, but they actually manage to get right out of the arc. They do get suppressed, but all the infantry coming up in force is going to be able to push them away, although this MG42 is down to 1 man. Might be a good idea to integrate one of the squads, maybe this one that doesn't have veterancy, and, you know, use the merge ability with this one. That would be a nice idea, but we'll see what happens. So MG42 still at 1 man, manages to hold the position. He actually uses his Ved 1, which again, not really a bad decision. It Ved 1 only gives you that ability with the trip wires anyway, so not really that big a deal. Troops are freezing to death. Conscript squads, all these guys are freezing through the river. So we see a push here by conscripts and grenadiers. Bundle goes on top of everybody. Nice explosion. Only kills 1 of the guys and gets a lot of health damage, but they'll retreat. Pretty sure they have their medics back at base. Yeah, medics right there, medics right there. So, wait, actually, Ophil actually doesn't have his medics, so that's interesting. But that was sztefenfu, so his infantry is going to get healed back up without any real issue. Anyways, ooh. Combat engineer getting caught a little bit on the open by these infantry, but they managed to get out of there. Guards rifle going to hold the line a little bit here, supported by this MG42. Gets the suppression on those grenadiers, going to get him pinned down in the next burst. Although he does move his MG42 a little bit, going to allow those grenadiers. Ooh, nice nade on top of them, down to 2 men, very low health. Bundle nade goes on top of the guards rifle, bringing him down to 4 men, but they get the retreat on those panzer grenadiers. We hear a... What was that? Was that the Katusha? No. Here we go. This was Werfer, right? Somewhere around here there's something that shot at an artillery. Let's switch over to this guy's. Yeah, here we go. The Panzerwerfer. Although the Panzerwerfer is pretty far away. Was this the same Panzerwerfer? We'll see if there's another one over here. ripGoGa. Nope. Yeah, that was the one. Pretty far range, I gotta say. Small push in the center by the Soviet players. Combat engineers and guard rifle. The elephant is just sitting on top of them going, sup? What do you want? Elephant shot goes on top of the guard's rifle, but misses. Not sure if it was going for the anti-tank gun. Anti-tank gun opening up on that. Actually, no. The anti-tank gun, it looks like it's firing. No, it is shooting at the elephant, but missing. How do you miss something that big, honestly? I mean, come on. The elephant should actually get shot by everything. Like, even if you shoot it in a different direction, it homes in. It's, look at that fat ass. Look at that fat ass. Anyways, Panther hitting the field. Getting into the center, getting shot by that AT gun. Going straight at it, though. Gonna probably try to either destroy it or decrew it. Heavy push by the Grenadiers. 3 Grenadier squads, and nice bombardment there. That was from who? That was a Stuka bombing strike from nameE. Very nice, going on top of that AT gun. Getting a nice kill and decrewing it. And we also hear a nice bombing strike right there. Su-85, though, on the back here, holding the line. T-34 can actually potentially ram one of these tanks, so it needs to be careful. The AT gun gets recruited again, but there are 3 infantry squads, Grenadier squads right in front of it, so they are going to decrew it once again. Gets a couple shots on these tanks, but doesn't actually manage to do much. So this is pretty much the main focus of the fight right here. We do see a small engagement down at the right, MG42 and Pioneers, but this is where all the meat is happening of the fight. The elephant gets engine damage. Stuka, not Stuka, the this guy, the Katusha, firing its volley into the center. It's gonna get a lot of kills, a lot of shots in there. 4 infantry kills now. Ooh, nice, very nice, very brutal, very bloody fights we can see in the 2 versus 2s. We hear the Sturmovic's strafing run going on top of everything. Small lull in the fight, everybody backing up a little bit, gonna get their stuff repaired. nameE, or what do we call it? It's the Panzerwerfer, not the nameE. nameE was from the original Company Heroes. Long range shots from that elephant, just opening up on those guns whenever it can get a shot. Conscript squads making a small push for the center. We'll see how that goes. There isn't a lot of anti-infantry, though. There's another bunker being set up. Still the double mortars. Veteran C3 on this mortar. Very nice. Ooh. This nameE or Panzerwerfer got shot down, I think, by the plane. Interesting. Conscript squad down to 2 men, down to 1 man. Ooh, but down there. Are they gonna make it out of there? It looks like. Very brutal. Katusha firing on top of these clumped up infantry in the elephant, so very nice usage of it. It's gonna make them retreat very quickly. Ooh, brutal barrage by that IL-2. Kills almost all the Pioneers, and they're down to 1 man. They get into the watchtower, but it's not gonna help them out that much. Another barrage goes in. Doesn't actually do anything this time, but very brutal. Grenadier squad moves up a little bit forward, gonna potentially take down that AT gun. The half-track is in position, though, to reinforce it, and there you go. Starts reinforcing on the fly on the field. Very nice. Boom! That was very nice usage of the bombing strike right on top of that AT gun. It's on the ice, so you can guarantee it's gonna kill it, and there it goes. Very brutal usage by both players on their abilities on the commanders. So yeah, very nice, very bloody fight. So now we see that the Soviets are getting pushed back from the field. They are down in victory points now. I mean, moving over. Let's see, does Hofield? Yeah, Hofield now got himself a doctrine with the chalk troops and the the ISU. The ISU is going to be very useful for them, but he doesn't have one just yet. He doesn't have the, well, not the munitions, but the resources for it. But yeah, Soviet players getting pushed off of the field, basically, from the Germans. They're going to get triple capped. They are down to 150 points, so it's going to be very, very critical for them to get the push back onto the field. Otherwise, well, that's going to be all she wrote. Down south, Grenadiers capturing points. So very small territory controlled now by the Soviet players. We do have T-34 getting repaired by the repair facility over here. The Su-85 also getting moved into position to get repairs. So, ooh, that's a nice. I mean, I wonder if that always happens, but that's really nice AI on these repair facilities. Splits up 2 and 2 to repair 2 vehicles if that's the case. So, I'm assuming maybe even potentially you can get 4 vehicles repaired at once by one guy. I mean, obviously that's going to be very slow and inefficient, but you know. Ooh, nice shot by the ISU, blowing up that heavy cover for the Grenadiers. Although it still has heavy cover, one more shot blows it up completely. So the Grenadiers are going to have to find a different place to set up. Small push again by the Soviets, getting the victory point on their side again, slowing down that ticking. They're down to 110 points, while 425 still remain for the German players. So, looking very grim. T-34 getting a little bit forward, a little bit too ahead of itself. It's going to get Fausted and killed by those Panthers. Is he going to make it out? Actually makes it out. Wow, quite a lucky T-34. This T-34 could potentially go in for a ram. Another barrage goes in, brings him down to about half health on both. Could be potentially use the sacrificial ones to ram this, but there's a lot of infantry presence which might deny the Su-85 from getting those shots in, so not exactly the best choice. There's 2 Su-85s, 2 T-34s. They're going to try to get this territory back in their position in force. Flamethrower on those combat engineers bursts up, igniting all the infantry in the area. Very unlucky there. MG-42 opening up on those infantry, the conscripts and guards rifle, getting them suppressed. None of them pinned so far, though. Panzer Grenadiers with Panzer Treks getting retreated. T-34 still being used quite effectively. Panzer Grenadiers getting on top of the conscripts, which are currently suppressed. They do have PPSHs, but they get pinned down, so they're not going to fight. But the Su-85s and T-34s, brutal barrages on those Panzer Grenadiers, gets them down to 2 men. Molotovs on top of that MG-42. Full retreat by the German players. Very nice. So very nice push here by the Soviet player. They're going to manage to get their side of the map, or their side of the river, that is, back into their control. This 2-man conscript squad could potentially retreat, considering there's this one here, but it looks like this is going to be used to cap, while this one moves up a little bit forward. Very nice coordination, I got to say, there by the Soviet players, I suppose. In the center, we still see some barrage abilities being used by the AT guns. Just harassing, I suppose, the center. The Elephant is opening up on that AT gun, but not really doing that much. Not that accurate and not that great. Half-track nearby, ready to reinforce if need be and support it against infantry. So it is going to deter the Germans from moving over here. And they know that the majority of the forces for the Soviets are down south. So they might be planning on setting up a defensible positioning. And they do. They actually set up a fire over here to be nice and toasty. They don't want to freeze out in the open, and they're going to hold that position, making sure that they don't get, you know, sideswiped and maybe even... Oh, yeah, I figured that was going to go. Bombing strike goes right on top of that, what was it, a AT gun? I mean, artillery gun? Yeah, it's artillery gun. Quite unfortunate, but quite nice usage of those abilities. Engagement in the center from the Panthers, Elephants, Katyushas. Ooh, nice. Katyusha barrage right on top of that Elephant, bringing it very down in health, actually. It's already down to a sliver of health, getting engaged by those Su-85s. And there it goes. So Elephant actually gets destroyed for the German player. So that takes away their mainstay advantage in the center, at least for a little while. But we do see a second Elephant now moving into the field, which is going to easily or effectively engage this armor for the Soviets. So small victory there, but not a complete one. T-34s and Su-85 opening up on the infantry on the ice. You need to be very careful with that infantry because one nice shot can actually crack that ice under their feet and kill an entire squad in just one shot. T-34 very heavily damaged here, getting barrages by those Panzerschrecks at Bed 3. We hear another bombing strike coming in and lands right on top of the T-34. Very brutal usage of those abilities. The Soviets are now down to 45 points. This is looking very grim. They need to get one more point here. Oh, it looks like this squad is getting in the area to decap it. They need to stop that capping or this is it. Elephant getting 18-aided, gonna get slowed down. This squad is down to 2 men. Needs to get this squad into position if he's gonna lose it. Oh my god. He managed to get the decap though, so that stops the ticking at 40 points. Very nice by the Soviets. Very strong push into the center. Very desperate push as well. Fighting all over the place. It's very hard to even know what to say. And nice. We actually see the third victory point getting capped by O'Field. That's gonna stop the capping and bring it now into their favor and such. So very nice. This position is getting recapped by the Soviet player. I keep hearing planes getting shot down by, and I can never actually catch them. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, so very nice push in the center by the Soviet players. They actually managed to get a good position on the Germans. They got themselves a watchtower, 2 victory points, and they're now pushing towards the third one. But they now got the ticking in their favor. They are down to 40 points, so they desperately need to hold that position. Conscripts running right on top of everything, getting pretty much suppressed by all these MGs. There's an MG bunker covering this position, so that squad is going to get pinned down in a second and needs to retreat, and there it goes very nicely. It is Vet 2, so you don't want to lose your veterancy at this stages of the game. AT gun moving into position, gonna potentially start taking some shots at that bunker. That is what I would assume it would do. And it's actually taking shots at the tanks. Is it? Yeah, it does actually have a little bit of range. But now it's opening up on that bunker. Boom. Nice. Gonna take that bunker down relatively soon, and yeah, so now the Soviets have a very strong position. They have managed to keep their side of the map as well after a small incursion over there. And yeah, bunker goes bye-bye. AT gun's gonna back up a little bit, and we'll probably see some conscripts go into the center. And up north we do have, what is this on the ground? What is this? Interesting. Oh, there it goes. LMG-42. Could get potentially picked up. Airstrike going on top of... Ooh, wow, that was brutal. Airstrike actually kills or takes down both AT guns, although one just gets decrewed. But that bombing strike has been very brutal, very effective by who is it that has it? nameE? No, ripGoGa. Yeah, ripGoGa's bombing strike has been very effective. Although, I mean, there is a bombing strike also for nameE, so that's why they've been using a lot of them quite often. So can't really say it was only ripGoGa, but well, bombing strikes are very brutal, and on top of those AT guns have been very effective. So anyways, Panzerschreck picked up by these conscripts. Although they're down to 2 men. Taking retreat down to 1 man. Is it actually gonna make it out? And it does make it out. So very lucky there for O'Field. But that Panzerschreck is gonna come very handy later on. Well, I would assume, you know. Panzerschrecks are something you can't get as a Soviet player, so it's very nice to get one. So looking quite opposite now as we had seen before. Soviets still down to 40 points, so they can't really falter at all. But yeah, now they're making a push to the center with their infantry. That is Stefenfu's infantry, and Stefenfu's infantry is getting ravished by that Flak Panzer. Down to 1 man on that guard's rifle. Is he actually going to make it out? Barely makes it out. Vet 2 on both squads, so don't want to lose that. Strafing run by the IL-2 goes in. Gets a couple kills on those infantry, but not that much. Now we do see a German push on this armor. 2 Panthers, 1 Elephant, and a Flak Panzer for support. Going to be very useful. But, well, he's not actually pushing yet. He does need some infantry to support that attack, though. IL-2 getting some strafes on those tanks, getting a little bit of damage, not that much though. Flak Panther opening up on it might actually bring it down. Conscript squad down to 1 man over here. Is he actually going to make it out? It looks like he is. Anti-tank gun, not anti-tank, damn it. Anti-air gun opening up on these grenadiers. Bringing him down to 1 man. It's Vet 3 squad. Is he actually going to make it out of there? The conscripts are shooting at it, but they are Vet 1. PPSH equipped though. But that grenadier squad, ooh, barely manages to make it out of there, dodging that artillery barrage. And that MG42 gets decrewed by the anti-tank gun. So very nicely, very point blank. Might even pick up that, no, decides to destroy it. So, up north, we do see 2 Panthers moving into position a little bit. There is a Su-85 up there, but it isn't in position to stop them or fend them off. Katyusha barrage going on top of that elephant, very nice. Although it is hitting its own infantry, which is not that nice, but, well, what can you do, right? Conscripts getting hit the dirt on that victory point, getting themselves a little bit of light cover, but they decide to retreat. Not before they get killed, though. Quite unfortunate. They don't manage to get the cap on that victory point, but they do decap it, speeding up a little bit the ticking down of the points. Because in case you didn't know how they worked, if you decap if you have all 3 points, it starts ticking, you know, your enemy down by 3. But if you have 2 points and the other one is neutral, you're ticking them down by 2. Usually you would see 2 points and 1 in the possession of the enemy, which is just 1 point ticking down, so that's why it's very slow. But if you decap that point, even if you don't decap it, you do speed up the decapping of the points, because, you know, it gets at 2. Ooh, nice barrage by the Katyusha. Is he actually going to get any kills in there? That's a lot of infantry clumped up. Ooh, nice shot goes in. Gets a lot of kills in there. 1 more barrage goes in. Gets more kills. Gets the retreat on most of those. Ooh, very brutal. Very nice uses of that Katyusha. Is there still only 1 Katyusha on the field? Let's see. Sztefenfu, yeah, and it's Vet 2 now. That's 26 kills. 26 infantry kills by that Katyusha. Very brutal. And where is it actually? Is it still back at base? Almost. It's near the victory point, so a little bit forward to get that range, but very nice. So now we do see finally the 3rd victory point getting capped by the Soviet players, so that's going to speed up that ticking of the points up to 3 now. And that is, yeah, very... Yeah, it's about every 5 seconds, I believe. Yeah, 4 or 5 seconds, I believe. But anyways, so nice push here by the Soviet player, backing off all the infantry, but we see another airstrike, but that airstrike is now actually from O'Field, actually. It's the precision bombing strike, goes on top of the tanks, the infantry, and the elephant. The elephant is now actually down to less than half health with a damaged engine, so that's very brutal. Do we hear another Katyusha being used? Or what is it? No, it looks like that's the Panzerwerfer. Panzerwerfer for the German players. Who has it, actually? Oh, there's 2 on the field now for nameE. So it's going to be very, very spammy. Very nice. But we still see the territory being controlled primarily by the Soviet players now. They actually have a strong push by armor on the northern side. That is 2 T-34s and 2 Su-85s. This Su-85 is very low on health, though, getting engaged by these Panthers. Though they do have the range on the Panthers and taking some shots, getting some damage in there. Would be a nice idea if he could cap this point right here, because that would provide him a forward repair point. So something to keep in mind whenever you're playing in this map. Katyusha barrage on top of the elephant, getting again all those pioneers doing brutal amounts of damage on them. Getting the retreat, so this elephant isn't getting repaired anytime soon. Very low in health, could actually potentially get killed, but it's getting some nice shots on those T-34s, bringing this T-34 down to about half health. Yeah, like I said, I mean, if these conscripts can actually get this positioning over here, they could actually get a very strong armored positioning for the Soviets. But with the elephant supporting those tanks, they decide to back off, and ooh, this Su-85 gets caught out in the open by that elephant. 1 shot goes in and destroys that engine, making sure that it doesn't move anywhere. It's very low in health. Is he actually going to get taken down? Well, it doesn't look like the elephant is able to shoot it anymore, so it might be able to make it out of there. It is looking in its general direction. But yeah, doesn't look like it has sight range. This What happened to the, here it is. This airplane might actually get shot down by the anti-air gun. Airplane going away. Is it gone? It looks like it's gone though. So the German players are now down to down under 200 points now. So the Soviets are turning this around very nicely. They do manage to get a decap on their victory point, their side of the map. But the conscripts are just going to run onto that victory point and start getting the cap back on it. The anti-air gun opening up on the Grenadiers. We have a, ooh, nice, a Maxim heavy machine gun now being used on the field by O-Field, opening up on this infantry. It doesn't have the same suppression values as a MG42, but, you know, not bad. This Panzerwerfer got 18-aided, it looked, by those conscripts. Very interesting. Might be following it up with a bombing strike or something and kill it off. We still don't see the ISU, though. Interesting. T-34 engaging the Grenadiers in the center, getting Panzerfausted and damaged on the engine, but the Elephant is over here. Elephant is now almost fully repaired, though. Finally got left alone by the Katyusha and its barrages for a while, and it's gonna get fully repaired and get its engine repaired. The Panzerwerfer over here gets killed by an Su-85 on the flank. Nice, both mortars have Veteran C3, 50 kills on one, 51 on the other. We do hear a bombing strike by the German player going in on top of the victory point. Manages to get the retreat on those infantry, but one of the mortars got taken out. Quite unfortunate to see out of Vet-3 mortar. Vet-3 Guards Rifle, though, holding their ground, opening up on these tanks. These Guards Rifle, though, ow. They're getting brutalized by all the machine guns from these tanks. They need to get out of there. Retreat now. I know they're down to one man. Get him out of there. He's gonna lose this Vet-3 Guard Rifle. Yeah, unfortunate. Oh well. Now we really don't see much infantry on the field, or much at all on the field for Stefenfu. He has 3 Su-85s, which are holding the line and dealing some damage very nicely here. But as far as infantry goes, he only has 2 conscript spots and a combat engineer. One more Panther goes down to the Su-85s. We hear a bombing strike going on top of something. Nice bombing strike goes right on top of that T-34 and killing everything, getting the point back in their possession. But the other Panther goes down, so those Su-85s very effective by Stefenfu. Managed to kill those Panthers. So we still see the Elephant on the field for ripGoGa, but yeah, a lot of losses all over the place. Very brutal, very back and forth. Very nice game. I like it. I like it. Still T-34 over here on the other side of the river. It's gonna take some pot shots at the infantry once it can see it on the river. But I'm not sure, can the T-34 actually get a kill on the infantry? Yeah, it actually breaks the water, so could potentially get an entire kill on the squad. But it is Vet-3, so it might be a little while before it does so. Panzerfaust goes on top of it. In the center we do see conscripts, pioneers, Panzer Grenadiers all over the place. We do have a strafing run by the IL-2. Getting a retreat on those 2 Panzer Grenadiers. The Grenadiers themselves, though, do manage to hold the line a little bit. And we now see a solid push by the Germans. There's not a lot on the field now for the Soviets that can counter it. And the ticking is going to turn back in their favor right about now. So 40 points left, 39 now down for the Soviets. Are they actually going to be able to pull it off? We do see a strong push by conscripts here. Vet-3 conscript squad is going to be very hardy, very tough to take down, although they are getting engaged by a Vet-3 Grenadier. 2 of them, though, on top of everybody, might be able to make it out, but there is a Flak Panzer over there at the north taking some shots at them. There is the Su-85s. They could potentially help out, but it's very brutal, very intense. They're down to 31 points now. 30 points. Vet 3 conscript squad going to the north. Gonna try to get the decap, and it looks like they might be able to make it. There is, however, mortars on the field, which could potentially take them down. That's still a Vet 3 mortar squad, which gives them added barrage ability range and armor, increased damage at Vet 2, and counter barrage at Vet 1. So very brutal. 55 kills on that mortar. Very awesome. They do manage to get the decap, though, stopping the points at 26. That is so close. Almost down to 100 points on the Germans, though. Elephant coming in force into the center. Gonna start taking some shots. Very distant shot at these tanks in emplacement, so they're gonna have to back up a little bit. Down south, Pioneers being used very nicely to back cap because there is nothing on the field over here. Up north, there's nothing. Very heavy losses for all sides. Let's see. nameE is the one with the most infantry. He has 2 Panzer Grenadiers, 2 Grenadiers, 3 Pioneers, which are probably only used for repairs, and an MG42 still on the field, plus his Panther. We have ripGoGa, which currently has 3 Grenadiers, producing a 4th one, 2 Pioneers, 1 Vet 3 mortar squad, which has been awesome, producing a sniper. Nice, interesting. You don't usually see German snipers use that a lot. A lot of people don't like them right now. Flak Panzer, Panther, and another Flak Panzer being produced. So very nice, very nice. Very nice, very strong forces. So for sztefenfu, we do see only 1 Su-85 left, producing another Katyusha, 2 conscripts, 1 combat engineer, and an AT gun. And for Oldfield, we see 3 T-34s, 1 half-track with an anti-air gun, 3 conscript squads, 1 of them down to 1 man on the retreat, which is going to make it out. Wow, that's one with a Panzer Shrek. That's going to be very nice. A Maxim machine gun and an AT gun. So very small forces for the Soviet players. They did get decapped again, down to 20 points. They are getting the recap on the northern point now with a Maxim machine gun and a Vet 0 conscript squad. They do get a decap, stopping the points at 18. Very desperate, very nice. This conscript squad is probably going to die on the retreat. Is he? No? Okay. Talking out of my ass. Nice. We do see a Panzer Grenadier squad with an LMG-42. That's going to be very brutal as far as anti-infantry capabilities. Probably going to kill this Maxim machine gun. There they go. They kill it. So the point is going to get recapped now by the Germans. So it's coming down to the wire. Let's see what happens. Sniper hitting the field for the Germans. Going to be very useful at stopping those caps, getting those squads to retreat. We heard a bombing strike go down here. Not sure if it took down anything. Panther in the center, though, very heavily damaged. Getting shot at by an AT gun. Gonna get shot in the butt. Actually manages to make it out of there, though. No, it doesn't. Destroyed engine. T-34 goes into the center and rams that elephant, denying. Very nice. Rams the elephant, denies the elephant's usability in the center because it destroys the main gun. So everything else can actually move in and get some shots. They managed to get the northern victory point in their possession for the Germans. I mean, the Allies. Flak Panzer goes down. Elephant is about to get repaired, though, and that gun is going to go online, although T-34 is taking some shots at that elephant, stopping that repair, but the repair rate is a little bit forward. Molotov goes on top of those Pioneers, burning them down to a crisp. Ooh, 1 Pioneer goes down. The other one retreats at 1 man. They actually managed to stop the repairs on it. That gun is still down, and the immobilization has happened. Wow, that was a very nice crit. That ram immobilized that elephant right in the middle of the place. Gotta try to get the repairs on top of it once again. Although the T-34 is actually going to be able to hit those Pioneers as they repair, taking more damage. Down to 1 man. That's not going to be enough as they're fast enough. Needs to get a hit at it. It actually moves it out of the way. T-34 goes down to the Panzer Shreks. Su-85 very low in health. Katyusha bombing strike going on top of the Panzer Grenadiers. Going to try to make them retreat. But the Su-85 gets killed. So that elephant is still alive, almost full health, but it is currently disabled. Oh my god. That is an awesome. This is an awesome game. Thank you for suggesting it. Bombing strike goes on top of their own units. He doesn't care the sacrifices. He wants to get damage on that elephant. Brings it down to about half health, so that's going to allow them to leave it a lot more time, disabled, because they have to repair it fully in order to get that engine and that gun back online. And he could potentially get a kill on it if he can get a tank into position. There is a T-34 coming onto the field. Might be able to do it with that. There's also an AT gun getting produced. Conscript Squad getting retreated from this victory point, but they do manage to get the northern victory point back in their possession. 18 points down to 69 for the Germans. Very nice. Oh my god. This is down to the wire. Rifle lane goes on top of Panzerschreck equipped Vet 3 conscripts, which are opening up on this elephant. I think this elephant is toast. See? I mean, I hadn't actually watched the game, but remember I told you that this Panzerschreck was going to be worth it later on? I mean, that Panzerschrecks in the hands of the Soviets or, the other faction are always going to be amazing. One more shot should actually do it. They're not going to get themselves taken out of there. Doesn't matter how many nades and shots you take at them. And there they go. The elephant is now dead. So that is basically going to open up the field for the Su-85s and the Soviets to push forward. So they might actually have done it. The Soviets might actually have won this game. Still down to the wire, though. 18-51. They are not getting the cap on this third one. They are instead using the conscripts to take some shots at Grenadiers. Grenadiers down to one man. Managed to get the retreat. And this Panther is... I heard the grenade yell, but I don't know what it was at. Conscripts over here on the north getting... trying to stop the decap of this victory point. A IL-2 strafing attack goes on top of it. Another Conscript Squad Vet 2 to support with PPSHs, followed by a third one. Very nice. They're going to be able to hold that point, and they are actually getting this point in their possession. Panzerschreck taking some shots, getting some damage on that Panther, but they are going to get engaged by Panzer Grenadiers. They're down to 3 men, even though they're Vet 3. They need to retreat. They do hit retreat, and they are going to get out of there, so this victory point is going to stay neutral and maybe in the possession. Well, yeah, he backs up a little bit, so maybe in the possession of the Germans. But the ticking is now very close, 18-30. It is looking very dire for the German players. Now, let's see what's left on the field. Panzer Grenadiers, 2 Grenadiers, and another Panzer Grenadier being produced with an MG42, Pioneers, and a Panther that is right here taking some shots. Panther obviously is anti-tank, not that great against infantry, but it'll still do some damage eventually. Same like the Su-85. But ripGoGa lost everything. He is down to 2 Grenadier squads. And these 2 Grenadier squads are, one's just coming in and the other one over at the north trying to get a position. So down to 18 points, 10-8. I think they did it. I think the Soviets have pulled it off and made an awesome comeback. 2 points, 8 points, 4 points. 2 points, and yeah, that's gonna be it. And game. Very nice. Very brutal game. Very back and forth. I can honestly see the appeal of 2v2s. I mean, I am bad at them, but that doesn't mean that they are not awesome. Look at that. It was carnage all over the place. Very back and forth. Very brutal. And look, it came down to the wire. 18 points for the Soviets. They managed to make an incredible push. That money disable on the elephant, I think, is what won it for them. That T-34 coming around, ramming it, and getting, obviously, the gun destroyed, but the immobilization, that was basically the killing blow. I think if that elephant hadn't gotten the engine disabled, I mean, it would have had to back off to get its gun repaired. But, I mean, even right here outside in the field, it got repaired, like, down to a sliver of health where it would have gotten its gun back online. So, I mean, if it had been able to move away, it would have easily been able to get repaired. And might have been a different outcome. So, yeah, I mean, you can see there how luck can actually have a very big factor in these types of fights. But not to take away from the Soviets. Very nice, very desperate pushes into the center, holding the line at all cost. Very Soviet style. No, not one step back. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the game. Again, O'Field, thanks so much for suggesting this game. I had a blast watching it. I know I missed a lot of stuff because there's so much stuff happening at the same time in 2v2s, but I think it was still great. So anyways, guys, again, I hope you enjoyed the cast. Thanks very much for watching. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send them, go ahead and send them to the email, which I will put in the description below. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks again so much for watching, and I will see you next time.